The Nervous System by Alicia and Maddie. What is the nervous system? The nervous system helps you move and think. Like, if you put your hand on a hot stove randomly and say, "Oh, my hand is burning on the stove. Well, better take it off before I burn my hand and it leaves permanent damage." People don't think like that. Instead, your nerve jobs are to feel something happening and send it up to the brain. After the message goes to the brain says, "Is this safe?" If no, the brain will send a message back to the nerve to tell them to move your hand away from in a fraction of a second. And then I got really slow. Hold on, let me turn my music down more because I can't. Okay. The brain. Your brain acts like a computer, storing and changing information, and your spinal cord acts like a cable, sending and receiving the information. All of your nerves connect to the spinal cord and send messages to every part of your body, including the brain. These nerves send back important information. There are three major parts of the brain: the cerebellum, the cerebrum, and the brain stem. Your cerebellum is also called the little brain, and it sits below your cerebrum. It is very important for movement, balance, and posture. Your cerebrum is the large top part of your brain. It is divided into two parts. It is pinkish gray and is jelly-like and wrinkly. It controls thinking, memory, and all of our emotions and language. It is important for movement as well. Lastly, the brainstem. Your brainstem controls our involuntary movements like breathing and our heart beating. Oh, that's as good as it's gonna get. What three parts make up the nervous system? The three parts are the brain, the nerves, and the spinal cord. The brain is most important, receiving and storing messages, but mostly because it's the main control center of everything. If a rabid animal is sinking its teeth in your arm, your nervous system is like, "Oh, this kind of hurts. What do I do?" To the brain, and your brain responds, "Oh, frick no, brother, get away." And your body does so. The nerves are also an important part, of course. There are three nerve cell types: the sensory nerves, the motor nerves, and the interneurons. The sensory nerves carry messages from body to brain, while motor nerves carry signals from brain to organs and tissue. While that happens, your interneurons' job is to be the link between your sensory and motor nerves. Zones. 1. The blue zone. You can be 1. Bored, 2. Sad, or 3. Sick. 2. The green zone. You can be 1. Calm, 2. Alert, or 3. Focused. The yellow zone. You can be 1. Scared, 2. Excited, or 3. Silly. And the red zone. You can be 1. Angry, 2. Fight, flight, or freeze, and 3. Scream. The spinal cord. Your spinal cord's job is to carry messages to and from your brain. The spinal cord is a thick bundle of nerve tissue that runs down the middle of our back from the brain's base. Our spinal cord is protected by our vertebrae, so that the spinal cord doesn't become damaged as easily as it would if there wasn't the vertebrae, obviously. If you didn't have the vertebrae, your spinal cord would become damaged very easily, and if enough, disturb the brain-to-body and body-to-brain connection. Then, your brain would not be able to communicate, and soon enough, we'd die. This is why your spinal cord is protected by your vertebrae. What protects the spinal cord? The spinal cord is protected inside the bones of the spine, also called the vertebrae. The vertebrae is a long structure that protects your spinal cord and works with the backbones in your body to help keep a firm backbone so the spinal cord doesn't break.
Like, if you were to break it, you would lose all contact with your nerves in your body and the rest of your body, so you basically couldn't move anymore. Nerves. Basically, the only thing that the neurons do is carry messages. They're connected to the brain. If you were to maybe touch a light bulb while it's on, your nerves would feel it and carry a message to the brain through your body, and your body would tell you, "Oh my God, take your hand off right now," and you obviously would. But that's not the only thing. These little things save your life. If you didn't have them, well, you could die, mostly of burning or freezing yourself because you didn't feel it. But it wouldn't be your fault. But you have your nerves, so you're perfectly fine.
What are the two types of nerves? One type of nerve is the motor nerve. The motor nerves / neurons work alongside our muscles so that we can move. For example, think, I want to stroke my eyelashes, and your nerves make it possible to do so, all because your nerves told your muscles to do it. The second type of nerve is the sensory nerves. Your sensory nerves carry messages from your senses to your brain: seeing, hearing, smelling, feeling, and tasting. If you didn't have these nerves, you couldn't feel your eyelashes. What are the body's 5 senses? Sight, smell, hear, touch, and taste. Sight means that you can see out of your eyes. Smell means you can inhale smells with that weird thing in the middle of your face. Hearing means that you can hear things with the world around you. Touch means that you can feel things with your body. And last but not least, taste. Taste means that you can taste things with the weird red and pink thing in your mouth. Fun fact, that pink and red thing is actually the strongest muscle in your body because it has no bones. Did you know that the nervous system works with other systems? The nervous system works with all the systems, but mostly the endocrine system. The endocrine system controls functions like body temperature and blood pressure, and the nervous system controls your ability to think, sense, and react.
Your brain can deceive you. Wanna know how?
Last but not least, I'll be talking about Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease is a disease that shrinks the brain. The people who are affected lose the ability to move and think properly. The people who get this disease are typically 55 to 65 years old, or even 12 to 14 months. The symptoms are insomnia, twitching, anxiety, depression, personality changes, impaired thinking, blurred vision or blindness, difficulty speaking, difficulty swallowing, and sudden jerky movements. People typically get this disease for no apparent reason, by inheritance of the disease or by contamination or genetics. There is currently no known cure for this disease. It is treated by making the patient comfortable as possible.